All right. Oh my God. What's up, everybody? How ya doing? All right, I don't know what happened. I set this to go off by 11:40, but it's like the changes did not reflect on YouTube. Or maybe I forgot because I was actually doing some homework. All right. Welcome, real fam. Everybody, please, let's do the do. Let us hit the like button. Do me a favor, hit the like. This is a very deep conversation, and I think we have to get started as soon as possible. Because of the nature of this conversation, um, allow me to find my girl first. Let me go find my Simbi. Simbi, I'm sending you the studio link in the backstage. Do me a favor. You got to be here. This topic is kind of somehow. I was bubbling earlier on. Before coming on, I was bubbling, so pumped up to have this conversation. Um, but while I was thinking of, let me pen down my talking points, this crazy story actually took me back memory lane, and then some of the things I thought I've forgotten, they all came back. Shout out to all our real fans. The conversation is kind of hot in the backstage, but I was learning too. So welcome everybody. Let me quickly recognize all our real fam, and then we can get the conversation going. Simbi, when you come, let me know. Oh, okay. I'm also sharing the studio link to the real fam first, and then later I will share it to everyone that is watching that want to contribute to the conversation. All right. Please, like we always beg you guys, this is a different platform. Here, respect is key, and here we always try to give grace to whoever we are discussing their story and use as anchor. Now, this particular story, I've heard different varieties. Say men they talk. I heard a lot, but I don't know out of nowhere. I don't even plan I was gonna do live show today. But when I was clicking on what my team shared in our operating room backstage, I clicked on one video. The video took me to Instagram, and then after I watched that video, I scrolled a little bit further, and then I bumped into the video I'm gonna show you now. This video I bumped into is what actually changed my mind and say, okay, make I go live and then let's talk about this. And as usual, I share it at the backstage, and then the conversation started. So please, I beg you, first of all, what we want on today's show is suggestions and recommendation. This show is about men. Let me say it up front now. It's about men and the trauma they are dealing with. Um, Anybody that want to, like, if you try to flip it to, oh, women to, we get it. Women are actually the one that spoke about most of this craziness, and we thank God that they are now seeking help. People are actually coming forward. Experts are speaking on what people can do to manage trauma. And I think a lot of women are getting healing. They are receiving healing. They are receiving the necessary help. But when it comes to men, you know our nature. Men don't share. Men, we kept some things inside that will be eating them up. And if not managed, it will destroy everything they come in contact with. That is why today you see a lot of men. They will be great men, fantastic boyfriend, and all that. But after marriage, they become a different individual. and the wife will start looking like, what happened? This is not the man I married. Please, men are dealing with a lot. The story we're gonna consider today, um, I won't mention name. The image you see on the screen is not the image of the brother that shared the story with me. The woman behind him is not the woman that started it all. I've told you guys I use virtual, so I just use AI images just to represent who I'm talking about. And I will share the story with you, but I won't go into details. I will just highlight the key points there and we move on because the person that told me the story, we eventually get to see the video. And shout out to you, bro, for at least I send you message on a very short notice and you say, oh, Ben, of course, share it, share it, share it. The brother is in a happy place now. We give glory to Almighty God. He's living his life fully, he's enjoying his family. But I just feel that if we have to go by the ongoing series Uncle Dayo and I are working on about how to become a high valued married man, conversation like this must be at least handled so those men who are still dealing with it, they can at least know that they are not alone and they can learn from how others at least overcome their own challenges. Me, that I'm speaking to you right now, I have my own challenges. I give God the glory that I was able to overcome it. And we are sharing this story for people to learn. I know some of the comment we may get to hear today is, oh, Africa, they are backward. Africa, they think like this. Oh, Nigeria, they don't think of this. Please listen. America is how many years old now? Is it 250 something years old? Nigeria is just 65 or is it 66 years old now? Many African countries, I think the oldest African country is it about 71 or 72 years old now. I'm saying that for you to know that because you live in Western world where they have figured how to manage situations like this over the years. And just because you are in Western world and then you get to see that, oh, they managed it, they managed that. How can Africa not do it? How don't they do this in Africa? Please listen. America did not get to where they are today overnight. It was a process. Go and read American history. Americans deal with a lot of bullshit. In fact, many of the craziness that is going on in Africa today, the America has passed through all those stages. Remember, this is still the same America where women are not allowed to vote. This is still the same America where at a point in time, women are seen as properties. It is this same America you see men that are moving mad over the years. In fact, when I got to America and I got to see that it's almost as if they have laws covering every aspect of human lives. I was confused at first, like Kilomansha people, when they worry them, they just want to control people. They want to control people. Why this? Why that? Why that? But the more I study about the history of America, the more I realize that, oh, many things don't happen for this country. Oh, that's why they have all these laws in place to handle it. So I'm saying that for those who might get to see this show and you just want to go off on Africa as if we are one uncivilized, one demonic set of people. That's not how it works. We are still getting there. We are improving every day. And I know by grace of God, the Africa we see today, in the next 20 years, it won't be the same Africa again. So this topic is about men. It's about men. And a lot of women experience the same thing. But don't let us flip it that, why don't they do it? No, no. It's gonna derail the entire conversation. All right, welcome everybody. It is now 10 minutes introduction. Let's get into today's conversation. But first, let us welcome our real fam. Simbi, what's up, mommy? How you doing?
Hello, Uncle Ben. How you doing, sir? Good evening.
Simbi, Make sure your voice is very sound today. Oh. I listened to our show today. I can barely hear you. I don't know what happened yesterday. Odogun no drop money ni.
Odogu, Uncle Ben, I don't want to say anything yet, Joe. Everybody's listening.
Ah,
I'm
Odogun
not.
no drop money. No wonder your voice no loud yesterday. Look, this topic about trauma, it's about men. And many of us, forget say we dey do Mr. Macho. Many of us are dealing with this crap. Some of us have been able to overcome it. Some people are still in their process. So I need you to do emotional support too, because I will try as much as possible to just be Mr. Host, but a
And
lot
I'll
of
be
men are dealing with
Miss
this.
Miss Host,
Okay, you
Miss
will be
Co-host.
Miss Host.
Sorry,
All right.
Miss
All right,
Co-host.
let's welcome our roof farm quickly. Are you ready? Can you see the chat?
Yes,
Oh
sir.
yeah.
Oh, you're
First off,
carrying them.
welcome, Comfort and Agree. How are you doing? All right, Simbi, take it from there. Let's welcome our roof farm.
Okay, Messi. Hi, Messi. Welcome to the show. Hope you're doing great. Hi, Juliet. How you doing today? Welcome. Hi, Sanusi. Welcome to the show.
Yeah.
Comrade Luke. Hope when you make politics money, you remember real farmer. Welcome to the show.
I
You
want
take
I
the
want
call.
I want I want Luke to become a senator so that he go fit give us
I
contract.
cannot wait to DM Luke and say I need urgent 50 million, 100 million. And he said, I said as that.
Oh
Welcome.
yeah, the next person.
Next person is me now, Uncle Ben. You're supposed to welcome me. Don't
Welcome
welcome me.
yourself now. Welcome
How am I
yourself.
supposed to welcome myself? Okay, hi CB, welcome. Uncle
Okay, let me
Ben.
welcome you. Simbi, how you doing? Welcome to the show, Simbi. Yeah, yeah, girl.
Uncle
All
Ben, that
right.
accent is terrible. Hi, Mr. Emeka. Mr. Emeka, our very own Mr. Emeka, welcome, sir. How you doing today? Hope
Ah,
you're good.
Simbi, how come when
Uncle
you want
Ben,
to
what?
greet Mr. Emeka, your voice just turned to sexy voice? Are you normal? Hey,
No,
Modaro.
that's how I've been talking, no. I
No,
didn't
that's
change
not how you be
anything.
talking. Immediately you see Uncle Emeka, hi, Uncle Emeka. Take time.
Hello, Lady Comfort. Welcome to the show. It's been a while. Hi,
Yeah.
Princess Ify. Sister Ify, welcome. We are
My
happy to see
sister
you here today.
Ify, sister Ify, my troublemaker.
Hello, Biba. Sister Biba. How you
Yeah.
doing today? From Canada,
No,
right?
you know, greet Biba where you say, hello, beautiful, sexy Biba. No be so,
Okay.
no be so, I suppose say,
Let me go
hello,
again.
Biba.
Let me go again. Welcome, Sis Biba, the beautiful, bold, and gorgeous Biba. How you doing today, ma'am?
Yeah.
Thank you for coming through for us on the other show the other day. We appreciate you and we love you.
Yeah, yeah.
Crown Media. It's a very beautiful name. Thank you for joining us. Our own Uncle Patrick. Uncle Patrick
Ah,
is here. Uncle Patrick, my godfather. He's
I hear
here.
you.
Welcome, sir. So good
Yeah,
to have you on the
yeah.
show.
Funny, babe.
Our very own high valued man, Mr. Dio. Everybody, give it up for
Woo!
Mr. Dio. He's always giving it
Yeah.
100%. Even though sometimes I give Mr. Dio Basbos, I know I'm just pulling his legs, but man, Mr. Dio is
Mhm.
awesome. He's
Yeah.
awesome. Sister Rose, good evening, ma'am. Welcome. So good to have you. Our very own Sister Rose,
You
the
will
lady with the
say,
beautiful New York accent, always
hey,
giving
now
us
you come.
100%.
Hmm?
And she's always lighting. Let me not say that one.
You
Sister
go
Rose,
even
thank you
you
for
suppose
joining
you
us
suppose
today.
give Sister Rose Igbo title. Oh, Omanicha nwa, one of Port Harcourt.
Is Sister Rose from Port Harcourt? No, Sister
Hey,
Rose
now
has to be my sister.
you don't know say Port
We have a
Harcourt
lot
get
in common.
Igbo people too. Eh?
No, I
Ha!
know, but I don't think Sister Rose is from Port Harcourt. She should be from Abia State or, you know, Abia State, yeah.
All
She
right,
should be
all
my
right.
sister.
No
Hi,
worry.
AJ. Welcome, our very own AJ. How you doing today?
Okay, let's move on. We're gonna recognize others as they join us. Uncle
Thank you,
Emeka say,
Minister.
"Bro
Please
Ben."
hit the like button, guys. Please hit the like button.
Yeah, Uncle
Let's
Emeka say,
support
"Bro
ourselves.
Ben, don't start with my Simbi, I beg." Uncle, I will start with your Simbi. Your Simbi na troublemaker. Uncle Patrick is already wishing everybody happy 4th of July. Yeah. For those of you who don't know what 4th of July represents, 4th of July is actually American Independence Day, and it's a big holiday. For the first time, I'm gonna be off on 4th of July. So downtown, here I come. Hey, I go party tomorrow. All right. Don't let me keep you guys waiting. Thank you, everybody. Please hit the like. We should have 21 likes now. If we don't have 21 likes, you are not doing us a favor. Let's get into today's conversation. God bless you, everyone. Okay. So today, like I said earlier, we want to talk about the trauma that men are dealing with. And this is the video that started it all. So as I was combing through what my team were doing in the backstage, I run through one video. The video took me to Instagram. And then after I watched that one, I was just scrolling on Instagram and I found this beautiful Nigerian lawyer's page. Her page is Celebrity Lawyer. In fact, this is one of the page I would recommend for our Nigerian men and women to follow on Instagram. The thing with us Nigeria is that people who are dishing out values, they don't get the subscribers or followers. It's people who are doing nonsense and crazy things that get the followers. This lady shared a lot of valuable topics on her page, and being a lawyer, she is kind of demystifying majority of the things that Nigerians take for granted. So please go follow her on Instagram. Her handle is celebrity underscore lawyer one. Celebrity underscore lawyer one. She's dropping gems. So I saw this video, and when I played it, it brought back a lot of memories. So I sent the video to the brother who gave me permission to share his story with you guys today. When he watched it, he laughed and he said, "Hey, Ben, I told you this thing is real. A lot of people are dealing with it, Ben. It's real." So then the idea crossed my mind that, oh, wait, oh, actually, I have a lot of sisters and brothers on our platform that have boys. And I think it's time they begin to look into some of these things because many parents around nowadays, they can't even explain why their sons are behaving they are behaving. A lot of parents, once their sons started having issue in their relationship, they simply wonder that this is not the boy that I raised. I raised my sons right. I was always there. But a lot of parents, many parents also don't identify those signs of ABUSC, especially when their sons um, are at age 12, from age 12 all the way to age 20, 22. Many parents never ever consider that. All attention is focused on the female child. Like, oh, let me protect my girls, let me protect my girls. Unknown to many parents, boys are actually dealing with crazy, crazy female predators. So let me play the video and then we'll come back and explain.
What age did you have your first sex? And most of them were saying 13, 12, 14, 13, 12. It kept reoccurring. That was when I realized that most men, most grown-up men in Nigeria today were abused as children. It's very funny when we channel all our energy into ensuring that the girl child is protected. What happens to the boy child? A boy who was psychologically, mentally, and sexually damaged as a child would turn out to be a dysfunctional adult male. So we should channel the same energy in ensuring that our children are protected. If you know any woman that has abused any male child around you, report that woman to the appropriate authorities. I know that there are men in comment section that will be like, but they enjoyed it. Abuse is not something that you would say you enjoyed because you didn't know better. I feel like every child in Nigeria should be protected from sexual pervert, male and female alike. In 2020, I asked this question on my WhatsApp. I asked men generally, at what age did you have your first sex? And most of them were saying 13, 12, 14, 13, 12. It kept recurring. That was when I realized that most men, most grown-up men in Nigeria today were abused as children. It's very funny when we channel all our energy into ensuring that the girl child is protected. What happens to the boy child? A boy who was psychologically, mentally, and sexually damaged as a child would turn out to be a dysfunctional adult male. So we should channel the same energy in ensuring that our children are protected. If you know any woman that has abused any male child around you, report that woman to the appropriate authorities. I know that there are men in comment section that will be like, but they enjoyed it. Abuse is not something that you would say you enjoyed because you didn't know better. I feel like every child in Nigeria should be protected from sexual pervert, male and female alike.
All right.
In 2020, I asked this.
All right. So that was the video that started it all. And now I want to play some videos for you just to give context to how this topic is very, very important and why we shouldn't play with it. Yesterday, I discovered one man channel. This man is also on Instagram or is it TikTok? He's on TikTok. He had 2 kids. He's a divorcee, and all his videos are about how men should behave after divorce. But the advice he was dishing out, I struggle with it. Honestly speaking, I struggle with it. He's coming from a place of trauma, if I should say that. I think this guy is dealing with some craziness too, but he seems normal. He's a great guy. I just have issue with the advice he was dishing out. So when I saw this Nigerian lawyer video, I tried to connect it to what the guy was saying, how the guy was advising men to behave after divorce. And I can't help but to ask if this has to do with some childhood trauma he dealt with. Let me quickly show you at least 2 or 3 of his video, and then we can get this conversation started. Listen to this guy, please. Listen to him.
Friends, we back again. Thank you for stopping by. Man, let me send my guys some motivation this morning, man, and tell you something that I wish somebody had told me. Open your mind, open your minds and heart to what I'm going to say right now. If you have kids with a woman and you know you're not going to be with them and you know things are rough, the moment she starts fighting you with the kids and not want to let you see them, throw your hands up and walk away and focus on yourself and go on about your life, or either have you smoke kids or don't, but go on another direction because you're going to save yourself all kind of heartache and pain. Because you know why? People want to pat you on the back. They want to categorize you as a good man if you fight for your kids, and you're a bad man, you're a no good man if you don't. But neither one of those got anything to do with what kind of man you are and what kind of father you are. You ain't less of a father because you don't fight. You just don't want to put up with that bull crap. And you know why? The man that signs his rights away and don't want nothing to do with his kids, a man that a deadbeat that don't want to pay nothing, and a man that's fighting through the courts to see his kids, you know what they all gonna have in common at the end of the day? They all gonna end up down the same road, which is your baby mama gonna hate you and your kids gonna hate you. See, it'll get so bad that your kids feel just like the baby mama. Your kids and your baby mama be the same people. Your kids will hate you just as worse as the baby mama will. Over time, and fighting and going down that road, you're going to create and cause yourself so much heartache and pain because you're going to go without so much. Everything that your kids going to be involved in, omit yourself because you're not going to be involved in it. All the whole time, when they going through first, second, third grade, fourth, fifth, sixth, all the accomplishments, all the achievements, all the academic awards, all the sports awards, you're not going to be involved in that. It's gonna be all kind of heartache and pain. And to save yourself all that pain, just step away. Just step away. Don't have nothing to do with it, because the more you fight, the worse your situation gonna get. And then once you get to court, to ensure that you not gonna get the kids and get ahead, they gonna start lying on you. They gonna start blurting lies out in court that's gonna be damaging. Even though it's lies, they throwing them out and people gonna listen to it. And the more you try to fight, the dirtier they gonna get with you. And the whole time you fighting, your life gonna be dwindling down and getting worse. Your life is gonna fall all the way down. You may lose your mind in the process of it. Your living situation gonna suffer. You're gonna completely lose yourself during this fight. So a lot of time, if you back off, things will get better, because that's the way it goes. The more you push at something, the more you press and run to it, the worse it's gonna get. Sometimes you got to stop, because you're like a dog chasing you. He gonna chase you as long as you running, but soon you stop and turn around, the dog gonna stop. But that's the way it is. And you gotta look at it like this, guys. You going against the devil. You fighting the devil. So how you gonna win? You got a good spirit. She got a bad spirit. You cannot fight the devil.
All right. So I know it might be difficult for us to link those two videos together, but like I said, I watched a couple of videos from that guy and it doesn't add up. All the advice on his page, the majority of his followers are men. Yes, yes. And then in every video, other men will share their own testimony in the comment. Yes, abandon the children. Don't fight for no kids. Don't do this. Don't do that. When the woman move this way, move that way, or you're gonna lose your life. You're gonna lose, or you will lose everything. Somehow it makes sense, but it's all shades of wrong. And that's when I started thinking, could this guy be dealing with some childhood trauma that now that he experienced some devastating divorce battle, he now concluded in his mind that, hey, man, this is what you should do. Once divorce happen and the woman shows some resistance, abandon the woman, abandon the children, abandon everyone. So let me now bring you back to today's story. I want to share the story of a friend of mine, not like it is, but I will try as much as possible to just give you some details, and I will leave it for you guys to add 1 plus 2. Let's hear my friend's story. All right. So, about 4 years ago, we went somewhere to go hustle, and in the middle of the job, those who know me know how I do my coverage. I always do multicam. So while the event was ongoing, this place is like 5 hours drive from where I did. So while the event was ongoing, um, we started. I was taking pictures. My two other team members, they were handling the videos. So when I was tired of taking pictures, the other one of my team member is a very good photographer too. So I wanted to hand over the photo camera to him so that I can take over his own camera. And he's the one who handled the main cam, while the other man was handling the angle camera. So by the time I went to him and I wanted to exchange the camera, I can't find him there. They already switched. So the one that I wanted to give that photo camera to was the one who is very good with main cam. He know all the adjustment. He knows when to take close shot, when to take wide angle, and all that. The other team member that actually told me this story, that was like his second time of uh going with us. So when I got there, he was the one standing behind the main cam. I now told him that, oh, Baba, no verse, oh, I think you could do better with the other angle cam. So he's like, Saben, I no one go there, I no one go there. He get reason why I switch. I was looking at the technicalities of the job we were doing, so it doesn't make sense. And I'm like, Baba, no, seriously, seriously. There are certain things that my other guy will do that when I'm doing the editing of the coverage, he already knew the kind of shots I'm looking for. So he say, Baba, I take God beg you, no verse. I no one go there. I just felt like, well, my team and I, we can't be arguing. So I left him with the main cam. Then I went to the other guy. I gave him the photo camera. Then I stood behind the angle cam. The angle cam don't do much. Angle cam is usually the camera you set up when there is a particular uh, aspect of the program that is ongoing. Let's say chairman is speaking, or somebody want to say something, or they were dancing. That's when we turn up the camera. So most time the camera always take like maybe 20 minutes, 30 minutes shot. That's all. So I was standing there and nothing. But we finished the show. So on our way back, me, I like to address things if I don't like how it went down. So on our way back, while I was driving, the other guy, the one that's been working with me, that is very good, was sleeping at the back. So he was beside me in the front. So I now say, chairman, say this work wey we dey do, e get as e be. All these big event of 300, 250 guests. We are taking a lot of shots. So those shots are a kind of pre-planned shot. So there is a reason why I kept you with the angle camera and not the main cam. So wetin happen? Why you talk say you no wan go the other side? He now brought out his phone and showed me a picture. So when I look, I don't make sense of the picture. It was a picture of one of the female guests at the event. But nah, oh, that woman should probably be uh, in her maybe close to 60. But she looks really, really good and she look rich. So he can show me the picture. He can say, Baba, if I tell you this thing, you no go understand them. This woman, from the moment we started, this woman has been giving me signal. He has done everything. He was smiling at me, distracting me. Anytime the woman want waka, he go come near me. He go say, now wow, you look good. Why are you this handsome? So he say he recognizes all those signs the moment the woman started making move. That he got uncomfortable. That is why he switched with the other guy. I won't lie to you. I thought he was just giving me some flimsy excuse. Now he's a married man, a responsibly married man, and he's doing well. And for the time being that I know him, he's not somebody who run around town. Look, African community or Nigerian community abroad is a very close community. Word travels fast. If you do some things and you think people don't know, you are deceiving yourself. Okay, they go know. So people talk. I've never heard anything about this dude or anything. So I'm like, this thing sounds strange, yo. I find woman now, they give you hand. Why, just joking so that we are driving at night anyway. I want to be awake. You know, say, Sabe, no, this thing run deep past waiting you they see. So I'm like, okay, tell me about it. Why you see person we get money, they mess with you and you can't behave like this. Because Baba, you no go understand. That was when he now told me this story. He told me the story over. I think he only stopped when I stopped to buy gas. I used the restroom, and then when we come back again, we continue the story. In within the story, he laughed, he shed tears, but the moment he started the story, I was hooked. You know why? Because he started by saying, Baba, no, I dey fear older women, no. Say, you no go believe if I tell you, say, I was deflowered at age 14. That was how I got hooked. when he said I was disflower at age 14. Because myself, that was the exact age I experienced my first kerewa. Then he now said the person that actually deflowered him was a very older woman. He can't place the age, but from how he was describing it, we both agreed that woman must be approaching like 30 because the woman don't born pikin too and stuff like that. So he continues and he told me that since then he has been used by older women from that age 14 all the way to like 18. It was like in the environment, I won't mention the state, I won't mention the area, make una no know. So it was like in that environment, those women at that time that are doing this nonsensical thing, they talk, they know themselves. So even when he was going to school, some places where even they far from in place. So when he go to school, he go get small piece. By the time he come back again, he go start. They pass am around, they give am gifts, they go, people no understand what's going on, you know. They go back in those days. Sometimes when they go school like this, they'll give am yam, give am rice, they'll go just yeah, mama, your pikin a good boy, you we just say make we take this one send am to school. Hey, they help. Sometimes they go do am by asking, they will even take permission from the parents, say, may you come help them. Make you help them carry wood, may you help them do this. That was ongoing. And he was passed around again when he did school until 24. So after school, he put his life together. He relocated to Lagos. He started hustling. He met his wife. They got married and everything. By age 32, in first marriage crash. The two pikin, in get right as at now I think about 4 children, but as at that time, the two pikin wey him carry from Naija come Yankee, we be think say na him and him wife na him get those pikin. Na that day I know say, oh, the wife na actually stepmom to the two pikin wey him carry come. At 32, marriage crash. Wetin crash marriage? Anytime wife born, mama wife go come for omugo. By the time wife go dey okay, begin go her shop, mama go remain for house. Him when he come back from work, if he see say na only mama dey house, he no go gree enter house because mama sef still young. Nothing happen o, nothing o. Just out of fear, say he no wan dey inside house alone with mama. He go come back from work, he no go enter house. He go wait until him wife come. And where him wife dey sell market, sometimes she no go come back until like 9, 10. You know, sometimes mama go follow the wife go store. Sometimes mama go dey house with this thing. So mama come begin dey tell him madam say, your husband no dey come house on time o. Why be say na when you dey come back na around that time your husband dey come back? Say even when I cook food, the food go don cold before your husband go enter. So that thing happen when they get their first pikin. Then later, 2 years later, when they get another pikin, the same pattern started again. And then woman now, you know, Nigeria, not like now that we preach communication. Madam vex, madam think say maybe he go dey run around, you know. And him dey insist say he no wan dey house alone with her mama. Now wife come vex more. Say, what do you mean? So all this time when my mama come dey help us, you don't like us, you don't like my mama. Which kind of wicked person you be? Why it like this? The matter went out of hand because wife tell him mama wetin him husband talk, say he no wan follow the mama dey house. Mama sef took it wrongly. the thing just scatter. It become family issue that at a point, madam say him go pack comot for house. If you no like me, you know, if you no like my mama, you no like me. You are a wicked soul. You are in a nutshell. That was what led to how marriage scatter. Fast forward 6 years later, when he go reach age 32, their children don already grow now. Na him come, money don dey and everything. He don remarry again. When he remarry, the wife na him dem file for, say make him come Yankee. Then wife come Yankee. The second wife, na the second wife na him come file for am, then file for the other children too. One thing wey him do good be say him talk to him ex-wife about if he go want make the children come begin life for Yankee, and he promise his ex-wife say him go dey carry the children come Nigeria, and when God bless them, she too go fit come visit. So there is no hanky panky, there is no stupid game there. He told me this story. I was shocked. When he was telling me, when he told me about how he was used between 18 to 24, I can relate perfectly well. Where he go remember, because as he dey talk and the picture dey come afresh. He go explain some, he go just dey wipe him eyes. He tell me one say e get the time wey one woman lock am for inside her house for 3 days. 3 good days. No be punishment o. The madam no just wan make him go. And that time him dey for school. The madam go dey go work, he go lock door, hold key. Although he admit say he no make any attempt to even say I wan break door, I wan break anything comot o. He say, but that was how terrible it was. So I relate with his story. Many men are dealing with this shit. I've shared my own story with you guys multiple times here when I was vulnerable. I think at one time I was joking here and I told you guys that when I dey young, at a point in my life, I know they date poor girl. And I was joking that I no go poor, ma I still on the date you where you date poor. But there is a reason for that. Because
Uncle
even
Ben, was that a joke?
eh? It's
Was
not a
that a joke, sir?
it's not a
When you
joke.
said, because what you said actually makes a lot of sense to me.
Yeah, it's not a joke. It's reality. As I did like this when I was younger, because I was also deflowered at 14. I won't lie to you, it was fun. I don't know what I was experiencing. It was fun. But I never knew
Uncle
it
Ben, I'm
can.
sorry. It was fun. Now you don't know what you were experiencing. Are you kidding me?
And at 14, oh, you just say only una get story. You don't know what it's like for a young boy to
But
come for the
that
first
one
time.
was it was with your consent, right? At age 14.
It's not consent. What it be consent? Women when they do that shit, now law that they law person into them. Most boys, most young boys,
Oh.
you won't know their intention until you are alone with them. You see what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Now, so
Okay,
my own
okay.
self takes that. And mostly now women where they hang around you, like auntie, people way easy, that they're always there playing around. Everybody know them, family member know them too. So you're not suspecting. No. Even my own, I like play. You know, I play like play. If all men come out to come explain their own experience, how it takes started, women will not go laugh tire. So then I play like play. When my own too
Uncle
happened,
Ben,
it was fun.
can I
Yes,
can
Simbi.
I quickly say something? There is this Nollywood actor, I will not call his name. He said his own was when he was 12, and that experience helped him to become very good with the whole bedmatics thing. Like it
Eh,
enhanced his experience.
look, it all depends. It all depends. Some people take it lightly. Some people, it doesn't go well. It doesn't go well because, like, I think after my first one, it happened again in 14. Then nothing happened again. I was like so eager to experience that shit again, but nothing happened until I was like 16. And at 16 is when I can say I have what looks like a real girlfriend. But then at that age, when we they grow up, your age mate as woman said, many of them don't know anything at that time. They are scared. Now just they do friend. My friend, my friend. Then okay, my boyfriend, my girlfriend. But you don't even have a room at that age. So most time, if una go even do am, maybe not to go hide, maybe bathroom or somewhere. See, una open ears down. I want hear story. I no go tell una, but the thing is just that why I can relate with this my guy story was that as I was growing up, I now discovered that it was easier to mess with older girls than my age mate or those that were younger than me. It was way, way easier because the older girls, they already know what's up. So once they begin move, you self as a young boy, you've seen it before, so you know waiting they won't display. But here is the beauty, or can I say the danger of it? Not beauty, the danger of it, like just like the guy said, when he won't go school, they go bring yam, they go bring food and not things like that for them. Me, the older ones are the one that kind of like they get money. Not be say they get money like that. You know how now Gen Z and millennials, some of them no go fit understand what was happening during our time. During our time, if a girl should cook food and bring to you, whoo, it's like a girl giving you 20, 30,000 naira. Say, my boyfriend, just take this pocket change. That's the way it was then. You know, like when I was going to school, milk, rice, beans, food, they always dey house. Now those girls they supply them. So at a point, my mindset was programmed that even if you be my mate or you are younger than me, no, I don't want to get anything to do with you. You are too poor. So here is the deal. Here is what I want us to talk about really. I break this guy's story down, a story that was told over 3 hours. I break it down in less than 30 minutes, but it goes way deeper than that. The lesson I want us to discuss is that let us pay attention to our male child. A lot of parents focus too much attention on the girl child that they will miss what their son is going through completely. Um, First recommendation that I can give people is this: if you have a son between age 12 to 15, if your son stops sharing deep experiences with you, bro, figure how to regain his confidence so he can talk to you. Many boys are going through a lot from age 12 to age 15, 16, 17. And those are part of their formative years. Whatever they concealed from you as parents at that age, it may come back and become a trauma in their life later in life. So I've shared the link. Let me see if we have the studio phone here for those who might like to call in. I've shared the link. You can hop in the studio if you want to join the conversation. Let me put a break here as we go into the conversation proper. Welcome back. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. All right, let's have this conversation. The link is in the chat. Um, so, Simbi, if you are ready, let's take some comments real quick. Right?
I'm ready, sir.
Mm, all right. All right, let's start with Missy. I think Missy is sharing with us.
Misty.
Yeah, Misty,
Okay.
sorry.
So, yeah, shout out to Misty. Misty saying, my friend told me that he was introduced to SI below 10 by the maid, whom he got to love and protect dearly. He said she taught him to be a professional.
Hmm, continue.
Okay. And she also went ahead to say he came from a wealthy and educated family.
Look at that. Next one.
Okay, Ma'am Grace is saying parents just need to be very vigilant around their children, whether girls or boys. Any child is prone to abuse. Listen and have
Absolutely.
more close conversations with them. Shout out
Absolutely.
to.
Thank you, Sister Grace. Next one.
Okay, so Mr. Emeka is saying, Bro Ben, this issue is very delicate. Most men, especially my generation, will not come out openly to share their experiences, especially those that believe they were having fun even at that age.
Yeah. Well, Okwemeka, you're right. Just like I told you guys, when mine started at 14, oh, it was fun. That first come, I don't know what it was, honestly, but it was a crazy experience. And it was fun. I won't lie. In fact, I was tricked into the first one. The second time, there was no trick needed that much. you know. The second time, the moment what really happens, it be like say maybe he send me message or something, make I go buy something, then make I bring am for her or something. I don't know. The moment I go the message, they come back. As I dey enter their house, I don't already know what's up. So at that time, it was fun. But what I didn't see coming in my own personal experience is how that can literally change the trajectory of my life, because back then we don't have sex education like the way you guys have now. Now parents, we once their children become teenagers, they will sat them down and tell them, have this conversation with them, how to protect themselves, how to move, the consequences of if they don't protect themselves, what might happen, maybe STD, and maybe getting pregnant and all that. Back then we were not told all that. We were not told all that. So that can literally change the trajectory of your life. What you guys are seeing now, you millennials and Gen Z, what you are seeing now are women who got pregnant at age 14, some got pregnant at age 16, some 15. That's when people now begin to wake up that, hey, no, 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 no. Start talking to your child. Before, it was considered like a taboo to even call your pikin. You can't even have that conversation with your, how you want to take talker. Maybe how they talk about her now as a grown man, you not be anything again. Back then, you can't even tell when you experience it, you can't tell your parent. You know if you go meet your mama or your papa, say, hey, auntie ABC, you do this to me. You can't. What fair not yakpa? At what age? Oh, Uncle Dayo, no vex jare. Welcome, Uncle Dayo. What's up, Baba? How you dey, sir?
And what are telling me, just breaking me, in fact, just cracking
Yeah.
me up. Because it's like,
Uncle Bernard,
Yes.
For the females, I think mothers just tell their daughters, if a man touch you, you get pregnant. They did not specify the kind of torture.
Now
Poor
they are specifying
parents
now.
are the person. They didn't specify those. They just say, don't allow anybody to touch
Yeah,
you.
yeah. In those days they won't specify, but now they will go deep. They will have that full come to Jesus conversation with you. Uncle Dio, over to you, sir. What can you recommend for parents in this situation, sir?
Yes, sir. See, first off, I want to take off from where you just talked now, sir. That that first experience is what normally define where the boy child will end up in life. Some people were not that lucky as you were lucky, sir. Some people from that first experience, it created an hunger in them to be wanting it more. And from that early childhood, you will see them being so into it, like looking for every opportunity to get that pleasure, to get that thing done. That's why they grow up either becoming a pervert. But
Mm-hmm.
but in most cases, what parents don't understand is that these things strive in secrecy. During our time, as you said, you cannot come out and tell anybody. You cannot. And this thing happens under under the parent noses, and they will not even know. In fact, I've seen a situation of a child that does not want to be going to Ranati's place. But the mother will be like, have it go, because the mother has to go to work. And anytime the mother is going to work, it will tell the child to go when he comes back from school, stay with auntie so. When I come out from work, I'll come and pick you from there. And things were
Mm-hmm.
happening. And the mother never knew. And God help you, you cannot tell your mother anything like that. So boys like that, when they grow up, initially, because it is an experience that they will like enjoy, because it's a new experience to them, they will not know that this is an abuse. But by the time they now grow up, it creates something like kind of a psychological impact in their minds. The way they will see women, the way they will see this opposite gender in their thinking and all. It goes a long way to mar them in the future. That's why some of them ended up not respecting women, some of them ended up hating women, some of them ended up being abusive. All these are key factors that are like formulating in the mind of a boy child at childhood. This same thing goes also to the female child, because any female child that has been abused at a very young age, they grow up losing self-worth, they grow up
Mm-hmm.
losing their self-value. They be like, if this man can do this to me and get away with it, then she may just as well be doing it anyhow to be making money from it. That's why most prostitutes that you see on the road, most of them are abused as a child. So when we're not coming to the parents, what they can do, please have this discussion with your boys, with your little girl. Don't say because they are young they may not understand. They will understand by the time you have had the discussion with them. If now for the boy child, tell them, if any auntie do this to you,
Mm-hmm.
let me know. If any auntie touches you in your private part or whatever, trying to play all sort of rubbish play with you, please let me know. And sir, I've seen it in our culture in Yoruba land. When bigger sisters want to be playing with small boys, they like, they say that they were just playing. They be drawing their JT, they be playing with their JT just to be
Mm-hmm.
tickling them. And the boy will be laughing. Even as a baby, they do that. It's wrong. It's an abuse. It's wrong.
Absolutely.
Because such child will grow up with some kind of a malfunction idea about women. Same thing with a girl child. Thank God that we now have a lot of publicity about girl child abuse and all, but we need to have the same publicity about male child. Mothers should be much more conscious about their children and and then they should start having this so-called discussion with them earlier. My wife once told me that the mother told her that once you now that you are now growing up, if you should sit on the same bench with a man, you get belly. Those were just
Mm-hmm.
holding this holding this meat. But but nowadays, but nowadays, sit your baby girl down, sit your baby boy down, talk to him
Mm-hmm.
or talk to him. Let them know that this and this is inappropriate touching. If any man
Yeah.
touches you, my see, Uncle Ben, as I said, mine happened earlier than that. But I never knew it. Nobody told me. I never had any idea what was it until I grew up before I know that, oh, I was being abused back then. So many male child have such an experience. But if they have been informed, they'll be able to come up and tell their mommy, so this auntie did this, so then it could have been stopped at that early stage. But thank God, education is now advancing and we're learning more. God help us all. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Mr.
Thank
Dio.
you, Mr. Dayo.
Yeah. Thank you, Mr. Dio. We have a lot to discuss, and I hope people can learn from this. Simbi, do you want to add anything before we move forward?
Yes, I wanted to say, I've heard some women in this modern time, they don't call the private parts by the real name. You'll be hearing, this is your pim pim, this is your tin tin. I don't understand all these women, all these young girls giving birth to kids that are doing, this is your pim pim, bring your pee out and wee wee. What's that? It's penis.
Mm,
So that's just what I wanted to add, because I still don't understand. When you don't educate them and tell them that this is what this part of your body is called, how will they even tell you things in the future?
yeah. Thank you. Thank you. I see my sister. I don't know if it's a sister or a man. I think that should be a sister. Ducey Epping. Can you read her comment, please?
Okay, so Dusi Epping is saying, been listening. Our culture has this way. Okay, sorry. Our culture has this way of normalizing boy grape.
Mhm.
Hmm.
Crazy. Hey, my sister. Oh, shit. How are you doing, Mama? Can you read her comment, please?
Okay, so Sister O'Shea is saying abuse creates promiscuity in young people.
Yeah. Next
Okay.
one.
Okay. Dude Epping is saying we should normalize asking our kids permission to touch their private part during bathing once they are aware. That's a very good one. Thank you, ma.
Exactly. Next one.
Okay, Luke is saying most papa and mama take girl pikin very serious on this mara. Then they neglect the boys and they know they give
Exactly.
them attention. But the girl pikin, then they hold them like egg.
Exactly. Thank you. Thank you, Luke. And those are like big, big problems in our society nowadays. Women wail a lot. I'm sorry, man, now forgive me. A lot of women, you see them on TikTok, Instagram, they wail a lot. These men, do we have nonsense men now? These men don't treat women right. They don't even know how to be a man. The boy that was neglected, the boy that couldn't open up to his parent what he was going through, now end up marrying you. What do you expect? I'm saying that, I know it's harsh, but I'm saying that for us to see the reality. And that's why when we started this channel, I'm of the opinion that, look, I will speak on behalf of men. Highest, women, they're not going to agree with me. Highest, they'll give me name. But let me speak for men. As much as I'm speaking for women, we also need to speak for men, because at the end of the day, many of our sisters out there now that are yelling and wailing, the men, there are no men outside now. Useless men are everywhere. Some of them have boys and girls. Some we have two girls, two boys. Some we have one boy, three girls. Ask that sister that is wailing now. What stop your son from talking to you? Your 13 years old son, a boy that literally will always be in your bosom all the time. A boy that growing up, it will take a lot to separate him from you. Now, this boy become a teenager, and the boy want to stay by himself mostly. You know what we think? As parents, we will say, oh, they are growing up. Now they just want to be by themselves. That by themselves that we are saying, oh, sorry, before I go there, Auntie Grace is here. Auntie Grace, let me have your take, man. No verse.
It's all right, Uncle Beno. Good evening.
Mm,
Thank you. I always say thank you for all the good job you're doing.
mm. Thank you, man.
Yes, obviously, this is a very difficult conversation. When it came up at the backstage today, I was like, it's a very difficult conversation because both male and female children, they go through a lot, especially if parents are not listening. Not just listening, you have to be very, very sensitive to son behavior. You have to be mindful, you have to be watchful what your children are doing in the house, how they are playing, how their body language, their interaction and everything.
Mhm.
Parents need to be extremely, extremely careful. Both boys and girls, they are prone to abuse. Like you said, at 14, if an older woman was touching you, what if it was an older man that was touching you?
Thank
That
you. Hmm.
that is how made children end up becoming what they are not supposed to be. And eventually, when parents say, you can't be, you don't know how they eventually got
Mhm.
into that thing. People has introduced them, people has abused them, and then they found it ways of life. They can't get out of it. It becomes an issue. So parents really need to ask questions, listen to their kids, find out what is happening in their life. The earlier it's addressed, the better. Because when it's too late, you start yelling. Like that woman that was yelling at 12-year-old girl that is pregnant, and you bringing it on social media. Are
Mhm.
you mad? Yeah, you must have tried everything that you think you have tried. If it failed, you can't hold that child responsible. You have tried, but you have failed, as far as I'm concerned, because the child failed. So eventually the child failed or you failed. It's not social media that will address it. You have to find a way to remedy it.
Mhm.
So we have to be very careful what these children are being introduced to. What if they did it? Oh, it's an experience. They end up passing STD to them, diseases that are incurable. Some of them, their head is so messed up that
Hmm.
they become abuser of women, abuser of men. I think it is our responsibility to start treating our children from home so that the society will be better. So
Hmm.
that is just what I just came in here to talk about because it's really happening to both boy and girl child. We need to be very careful and be more sensitive around our children. Thank you.
Thank you, Auntie Grace. Let's go through some comments here real quick, and then we will we will dive back into this conversation. Simbi, are you ready?
Yes, sir.
All right, let's take this
Okay.
comment from Deuce Epping. Deuce Epping, are you a woman or a man? Please let us
I'm
know.
already
You're welcome
calling
to
the
Real
person
Fam.
too.
Now girl pro picture I dey see for the profile, but please help us clarify so that at least we can recognize you appropriately. All right, go ahead with the
Yeah.
comments, Simbi.
So this epi is saying most men were grape for the first XAS experience, as it was always done by an older adult.
Right. Let's go. Next
The
one.
next one from Epping, their peers will normalize that. Sorry, their peers will normalize that story by telling them you were
Yeah, a
the
big
big
boy.
boy. What big
What
boy
big boy
at
at age
13?
8? Absolutely. God bless you, my sister Dosey. You are absolutely correct. PS we say more. Like I said, during our time, we can't tell our parent or anything, but I think my own. Nobody caught me at age 14, but by the time I was getting to age 15, one of my friends saw how I moved. That time electricity is not a common thing where I grew up in those states then. So for night they always play all this it's not like now. You people are missing a lot now. At that time, evening like this, children we go gather outside, everybody go come play now, we go run around. How people go dey run for inside darkness, no touch? Hey, God help me. But then when we place, e get some kind game where we go play. We say, the moment we begin run around like this, almost forget to things they happen for all those corner where we run go. So I remember one time we played those yeah game. I ran to one corner with one of my user, and a friend caught us. And the friend was like, hey, Maso, Maso. His friend was like, I go talk. Well, like, don't talk. Oh, I go talk. Don't talk. Oh. You know. So what matter and what we should pay attention to as parents is how it affects life. I said this in the backstage and I'll still say it here now. The way some men are moving, they are responding to their childhood trauma. And even you, as the wife, you wouldn't know because they don't share with you. Yeah, they are responding to childhood trauma. That's why some women cannot understand the way their husband is behaving. Many things are seems as normal back then, which in the world we live now. Mm-mm. So Uncle Dayo, let's take this next comment, then I'll go to Uncle Dayo so that we can begin to
Okay.
address the closing part of this show. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Dus Epin is saying it's our African culture when it comes to rape, we victim blame. Parents accuse children for being fast.
Hmm. All right. Now, before I go to Uncle Dayo, as part of our How to Become High Valued Married Men series, I would like to give this word of advice to parents that might get to see this show. All right. How do you manage this situation? First, you have to teach your children a couple of things. Okay. So I did a couple of research. I know all this already, but just to restate it for our followers, all right. I just wanted to like emphasize a couple of things here. So, how do you keep your boys safe? If you listen to this and you have a son, please take the following advice seriously. It may help. So, how do you keep your sons safe? These are practical guidelines. Where's my Ojugo? Okay. Make una no vex. They don't finally add me to this their WhatsApp group of Ojugo users. So I get different types of Ojugo now. Okay. I like to use my Ojugo when I want to read from the phone. Hmm. Somebody don't touch this one. Don't they mess with this thing? All right. So what are the practical guidelines that you can use in order to guide your sons for them to be safe? All right. Number one, teach body autonomy and boundaries early and clearly. If you are a parent and you have a son, create time to teach them body autonomy, create time to teach them boundaries, let them know when it is not appropriate for anybody to touch them, and let them know what they should report if people ever do to them. I see my sister Ify in the building. All right, let's quickly give Sister Ify the floor because I know she's a very busy sister. Dr. Ify, how are you doing, ma? It's been a while.
Good afternoon. Hey, CB.
You
How
see,
are
now,
you?
now, 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 Simbi, you first greet. You know, greet me and Uncle Dayo.
A woman to know, I better be coming down. Your blood is always too hot.
Hi,
He's hot.
Sister
He's
Ify.
hot.
Hi,
Nde
baby.
woman. Let me
You see,
greet you in my own dialect.
you
Mama.
see. Una don't they do sisterhood.
Coming down, be coming down. Be coming down.
But Uncle Ben, when Uncle Patrick will come and be hailing you, nobody will say anything. Oh, please leave
Mm,
Sister Ify.
mm. Uncle Beno.
And
Hmm.
my sister, welcome,
It's
ma.
a
How have you
very
doing?
interesting topic.
Yes, sir.
Topic. I think somebody said something that I quite agree. I think it's my brother here. We tend to chill women a lot, our girls a lot, because we feel that they are the prize when it comes to something concerning I don't want to use the concerning the S word, I think we tend to, shield our girls a lot, forgetting our boys. But that will shock you that men go through more trauma than girls. But just because they don't talk about it.
God
The
bless
reason
you.
because we have we always tell them to man it up, suck it up. You're a man, grow up, you are this, you are that. And when you speak up, people look at you as it's even worse when a man speak up about that kind of abuse compared to women. So that's what makes men most of the time don't want to talk about that. But when you listen to them in the clinic and they open up, I mean, you will always be shocked. Like, are you kidding me? But because they don't want the society to look at them or attach that stigma to them. That's why they don't. And this can be traumatizing for them. And they will grow up, then a lot of you said a lot of things here. Either turn out to be good or turn out to be bad. I don't want to use some certain word, gotta be censored. So parents can do better. I know at the age of 13, 14, we begin to, explore down there, do a lot of stuff. Boys tend to, touch female and female wants to, do the same too. Sister Simbi, I heard when you said, I don't remember exactly how you said that, but I know you mentioned the statement about girls and their being protected. So what I'm trying to say is this: I believe in therapy in the field I am. Therapy, especially for people that been through trauma. If you are if you just come out of a broken relationship, especially this brother, don't jump into another relationship immediately. Sit back, talk to a specialist, heal, take it slowly. Let me give you a typical example. When Mackenzie Scott divorced Jeff Bezos, it wasn't up to 1 year. She remarried. Guess what? She divorced again. I don't know whether she went to therapy because it seems like her first was very traumatic.
Dr. Ify,
Yeah.
are you kidding me? I never heard of that. McKinsey divorced already?
Yes, she has divorced the second. It didn't even last up to, I don't think it lasted for 2 years. Actually, she married, I followed that woman, very sweet woman. She married her son's teacher. The guy, her ex, was a teacher in her son's school.
Hey.
Yeah, but she divorced, or rather, they divorced. It didn't last up to, I don't even, 2 years. Google it,
I'm looking at it right now.
Yeah. So she jumped into that. I don't know whether she went to therapy. It's very important. So both male and female, we go through the same abuse. We go through the same trauma. Sometimes when you see male in the clinic, and I have this doctor that I saw, and he narrated the trauma that he went through, and he carried it into his relationship, and he is struggling in his marriage. He's an ED doctor in one of the hospitals that I work. I was shocked. So mentally, he did not heal, but he just wants to settle down because he feels that it is time for him to settle down. So we need to start talking to our children. Don't prioritize female over male, and don't prioritize male over female. Treat them equal. So, these are the things that our parents don't talk to us. Oh, Cynthia, remember what you said. Your parents won't want to, talk to you about sex. Anyway, so that is the main thing. Women are meant to, say, you can't talk about it. You can't say VJ. You can't say the words breast and all that stuff. Why? They
Yes,
will
ma'am.
tell you if you touch, oh, my mother told me the same thing. Don't let your body touch a
30
man.
minutes.
If your body touches a man's body, you're gonna get pregnant. That was what I was told. And I grew up until I come to find out that no, it doesn't work like that. So these are the things we need to, tell our children, both the male and the female. Don't prioritize male over female. Don't prioritize female over male. Treat them equally. Be close to your children. Be open to talk about all these things, and they will be open to talk to you when somebody violates them. I'm glad this Gen Z mom or this generation, they are talking about it. Thank God for social media. How many of our girls are virgin now? Let's even talk about it. How many men are virgin now?
Virgin for where?
They are exploring. It's hard for you to find a 21-year-old virgin. You're even talking about 21, 18. It's so hard. So when you see somebody who is 21, you be like, you start clapping for the person, both male and female. But the thing is that male, because there is no yardstick to measure if a man is a virgin or not, it all falls down on a woman. Because you can tell if a woman is a virgin or not, but you cannot tell if a man is a virgin or not because a man,
Nobody will know now.
you know. So, but what I'm trying to say is this: men seek help. It doesn't matter whether you're with an older woman or whether you are with a younger woman. Whenever you come out of any relationship and you feel that you are not mentally stable to jump into the second one, please talk to somebody who specializes in trauma. If it's a traumatic event, don't just move on because we are used to let us pray over it. No. Forget about that prayer thing. Please. I know where it has kept a lot of people today. In our culture, they tell you if you're diabetic, they will even tell you to pray. If you have ulcer, they will even still tell you to pray and fast at the same time. No. There is somebody who specializes in one department or the other. You see a psychiatrist if you have psych issue. You see an endocrinologist if you're struggling with diabetes. You see a general practitioner if you're seeing somebody for everything. You see a gynecologist if you're, a woman, or a urologist if you're a man.
Yeah.
Cardiologist if you're struggling with your heart issues. There is always a specialist. We have a trauma specialist. I keep saying it: trauma, therapy. There are reasons why they have a job. It is very important. Don't let anybody deceive you. Don't let anybody tell you pray. There is nothing to pray about. Forget about it. Prayer is important, but in this situation, there is nothing to pray about. Somebody mentioned something about men, when they grow up with the trauma they have been through, they can be a pervert, they can be a pissed. I don't want to use the word R word.
Yeah.
Yeah, they can be and they cannot be. Some people will enjoy it. One experience, you see them, they keep going nonstop. Some people will tell you they are womanizer. They cannot sleep a night without a woman or sleeping with a woman.
That's why we'll talk about Two-Face where we are rounding this up.
So
my God.
normalize talking to our children, both male and female, to be open to talk to us. Have that conversation with them growing up. This is, you call the word P. This is the one VJ. You tell them, you call the one P. Open up. They will be more closer to you if anything happens to them. And even if they have experience, still don't chastise them. Have that conversation with them. Because what you're going to do is that once you chastise them, they run away. They won't be able to tell you anything anymore. So,
Thank you.
we come from a culture where we don't discuss all this. Even with this Gen Z, we still don't talk about it because of the stigma, attached to all these things. We don't believe in that. And that's why you see people continuously suffer. Sometimes they are very mean and aggressive. You wouldn't know it's because of what they've been through, especially our men. You wonder, why is he so aggressive? Why is he behaving like this? If you come closer to that man and listen to them and they open up, you will know why they are acting the way they are acting. It might be also somebody who has even witnessed her father either abuse her mother or his mother and all that stuff. So that's why it's always good, even when they come to the clinic and you see them, always pay attention to what they're saying. Don't close your eyes. Even our Niger people, it will shock you. It will shock you what our people. And like one patient told me, he said, Ife, they always tell us to pray, 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 pray. What am I praying for?
Pray over everything.
This is what I went through. So the people that are listening, please let us make it a point. Let us have this conversation with our children. Even like I said, when they make mistakes, don't chastise them, please. That's even the worst mistake you will ever make.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And that's why even young girls, you see, I don't know, Uncle B, you notice the young girls here, once they start, they don't stop. They run away with it.
May we not talk about them.
A lot of them are on birth control at early stage. You hear somebody 14, 15, they're on birth control, and you ask their parents, they will tell you, oh, she's becoming. And I'm like, initially, I was judging them. But as time goes on, I come to find out it's a norm here. 14, 13, birth control.
Yeah.
Because if not, they will go. That's why a lot of them get pregnant early or go have an abortion. So speak up.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. My sweet sister, Dr. Ife. Dr. Ife brings it 100 all the time. Please, let's give it up to Dr. Ife. I beg. Maybe let me give Dr. Ife her flowers. Many of these advice that my sisters will come here and they will share with us, especially our professionals. These are advice that people pay a lot of money to receive in Western world. So please don't take it for granted. Don't ever take it for granted. In case you don't know, to see somebody like Dr. Ife, I think 1 hour, sometimes they charge like $400. I don't even know how much, but I know say their money they're expensive. Well. So please, when our sisters and brothers come on the platform, whatever they share with us, let's take it seriously. That is free professional advice that you are receiving. Thank you, Dr. Ife. We don't take this for granted. God bless you, man. I see my sister, those in the building. I don't win another sister today. Those Epping, how you doing?
Hello.
Hi everyone. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, sister. You're welcome to Uncle B's channel.
Thank you.
Welcome.
I've been a silent listener, so thank you. How's
Oh,
everyone?
you were a silent listener? Thank God
Always,
you
Uncle
decided to
Ben.
speak up today.
Uncle Ben.
Yes, Simbi.
Guess who she sounds like?
She sounds like CC.
Who do I sound
No, she
like?
sounds like Misty.
Oh,
You said
yes.
that wrong.
Yes. Those, you sound like Misty. True. I hope you are a gentle sister because most beautiful women with sweet voice, they are usually fire for fire. They come here and they start punching me. I hope you won't punch me, my sister.
No, I'm not that disrespectful. You're a big brother, so we have to protect you at all costs.
Thank you, my sister. I love you already. All right. What are you going to contribute to today's show, my sister?
So I want to contribute as a person who I'm going to get naked here, right? I was a victim of rape as a child. And this topic, the minute I listened to it, it really was personal. And that's why I was like, wait, I have to say something because it's really rampant in our culture and we don't talk enough about it. as a person who was a victim of it very young, it's actually like one of my fondest memories. Weird to say it that way, but it's one of the memory of my childhood that never left me, even as an adult. I grew up, very young. I made the decision to not let it cripple my life. So I sort of like put it on the, swept it under the rug until everything came back up around like 30, 34. And I'm very introspective as a person. So I tend to always question myself why things are not happening in my life. And then everything always went back to that because I never really addressed it as a child, nor as an adolescent, or whenever, at every stage of my life, I never really addressed that issue. So whenever I saw the topic, I was like, oh my God, you're touching something very personal. I can freely talk about it now because just like Dr. Ify was saying earlier, we have to do therapy. I have to admit, I haven't yet gone to therapy, but I have this ability to sort of like, I'm a very analytic person, so I tend to, do the work, and then there's plenty of resource on YouTube that helps you kind of walk through the trauma sometimes if you can afford the therapy. Yeah. The plan is still to go. There's no shame in saying so. The plan is still to go, but I really wanted to come here very genuinely and then just express my experience, because in our African culture, it's very difficult to have this conversation among ourselves first, and then with our family members as well, because I can tell you the minute, even though I was older, when I eventually came out with it, it was still as if I was being blamed for it. But how could you blame a 5-year-old for something that happened to them? What did I know at 5? Right? Earlier I made a comment, we tend to victim blame when it comes to this situation. We tend to say, oh, the kids are fast. The kids don't know, they play. They play with adults. It's up to the adult who has the already grown mind to know what to do and what not to do. It's not up to the kids to fix themselves to not do certain things, because kids just play. That's what they do, right? So we have to talk about how in our culture we do a lot of the victim blaming. That's why people shut down and don't talk about it. In the case of the subject here, we're talking about the man. When the men eventually, or the boys eventually go and talk about their experiences to their peers too sort of victim blame them and accuse them of not being the big boys or the strong. And this is where we continue in sort of these traumatic experiences, because everywhere we go, if you don't find a safe place to talk about a topic, you shut down. Yeah. And eventually it continues to fester and fester and fester. It impacts, someone mentioned earlier, it impacts your social life, it impacts your work, it impacts how you interact with other people like you. We have to be honest. A lot of the women that we see out there that we blame for being promiscuous is a trauma response of that most of the time. Most of the women who become ex-workers and all that stuff, usually you have two types. You either have the ones like me who shut down and just don't want to have any experiences with it and then just get better about relationship between men or women. Or you have those women who use that and just go seek it out there in the wrong way, right? They become the prostitutes that we meet. They will become the people who sell, the people who normalize that lifestyle that is actually not normal. That is just a trauma response most of the time. If you ask most of those women, they will tell you honestly, listen, I was abused, so I decided to capitalize on it. Right? They try to make it as if, oh, I can just capitalize on my trauma. But it still remains a trauma, because even in that field of work, they continue being abused, because it's not an environment where they're respected either way, right? But the only difference is they pretend it's okay because they get paid for it and they get paid my money for it. So they think it's normal. It is never normal. It is never normal. While we're talking about it, I just want to encourage, first of all, our parents. Please, we are in a society now where whether you are teaching your kids something or you're not, other kids will teach it to your kids. So it's best that you do it before they go out there and learn it.
My sister, God bless you. Help me repeat that last line again.
Yes. As a parent, you better be the first to teach something to your kid before another one teach them. Because you guys do not have the ability to control what other parents are giving to their children in terms of education. You only have the control of your own children. So do it first before the others do it. Because if you don't teach it to them, the people from outside will teach it to them, and in the wrong way possible. in the not controlled way. And that's not what you want. So for those parents who are afraid to talk about sex, there are ways to say certain things. And like Simi said earlier, use the medical terms. In all of our African culture, we tend to give funny names to these things. They have names, and it's normal to be calling them by what they're called. They all have medical terms, all have proper terms. When the kids grow up using the proper terms, they tend to not really diminish the importance of what's happening. I'm going to stick with the parents. Second, listen, the co-sleeping with your kids and all that stuff, sometimes you don't realize it. Kids also learn it from what you're doing in the bedroom when you think they're sleeping. At a certain age, when your kids are aware, when you think they're sleeping, sometimes they wake up, you are doing your thing. Please avoid that. If you can afford having your kids sleep in their own room, whenever, I'm not going to, talk about people's pockets here. Not everybody can afford it. Try to have your children, as soon as they're aware, learn how to sleep in their own rooms so you can have your privacy. It's okay. Teach them that early, because that's where it starts. Also talk to them. Earlier I mentioned, ask for your kids' permission. Once they start being aware. We have this thing in our African culture where nudity, yes, we're so free with it at home. No, we shouldn't. It's actually culturally, it's actually not okay for kids to see his parents' nudity like that. So the minute they're aware, we should start learning how to ask for the privacy. Ask them also to give us privacy as parents and vice versa. Teach them those things early, and that's how they learn at school, to also tell their peers, please do not touch me in this way. I'm having a private moment, don't do this. Give me a bit of space, and so on and so forth. Even with their own siblings, we need to teach those things early, because that's when it starts.
Yeah, thank you.
With parents, we really have to do it. The education part is very important, but we have to stop making this subject taboo. Like I said, if you don't teach it to your kids, while you're sitting here thinking you have a 5-year-old who is on a tablet, blah, 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 those things they're watching on those tablets is already teaching them those things, but you have to be able to control it.
You just hit the nail in the head right there.
Understand it.
Yeah.
Because most of you are going to notice your kids are already using grammar that at our age we used to not use yet. It's because they're exposed to the internet so early. Using very strong languages. I mean, in not in a pejorative way, but in a way that they use language that like a 5-year-old wouldn't normally use, or things like that, just because they're exposed to those things. Those videos they're watching, they're introduced to the words, and when you're not able to answer the questions the way they can understand, they're going to go ask other people who are going to just give them the weird answers. So be careful to always be the first to introduce your children to certain conversation. The minute they say a word that you never heard them say, ask them, what does it mean? What do they understand that it means? And teach them and correct it really quick so they know to come to you. You have to start as a parent to build that trust very early with your children so you can communicate about every and anything. Let's get back to the actual stuff. Privacy. Teach your kids to have to prioritize their privacy, and then you yourself as a parent showcase that in the household. Because I grew up with parents who would just, they didn't do it intentionally. It was just in our culture. Parents just don't hide. It's not a bad thing. But in the society we live in now, it's not the same anymore. It's not the same, because they see it with different eyes. So we really have to make sure that we talk about those things with our children without taboo. I remember my mom came from the culture where they didn't talk about these things, to the point where I went into healthcare because of this thing in my life, because I wanted to learn about sexuality and all that stuff early, so I don't continue being a victim of that. So I went and educated myself. I remember when I had my first menses, my mom never talked to me about it, but eventually my youngest sister had hers, and my mom was expecting me to teach her. I had to remind my mom, you are her mother. Certain conversations are best when they come from mom and not from the sister.
Exactly.
My sister would not receive it the same way if I was to teach it to her, but she would receive it better if you as the mom would do it. You fail with me, it's okay, I take it, but I'm not going to allow you to fail with my sister. You're going to have that conversation with her.
Wow.
And opening the eyes of my parents. So we really have to don't relegate the role of teaching your kids what they need to learn to other people, because people will teach it to them the wrong way if you don't do it first. like this you talk about this trauma now as an adult. If you don't mean to actually take care of those traumatic experiences that you had as a child, it's going to carry you everywhere you go. All those rapists we have today, all those like misbehaving people when it comes to relationship, all that is all just trauma responses to the past that they didn't want to deal with. And around 35 years old, I realized that that was also my issue. I never opened up about it. It closed me off to every relationship I've ever had because I could not allow a partner, a man, to touch me in a certain way, right? I couldn't even allow myself to stay in a relationship where I was like everything to me looked like disrespect when I was younger in trying to do relationship things, because I didn't know how to like process what happened to me. And eventually I had to be taught and told that no, this is not disrespectful, but now I know to tell people to ask me the permission to do something to me before you do it, right? Even when I talk about ex with partners, and they'll be like, "Oh, I'll do this." I usually start with, "Listen, grape is a sensitive topic to me. In our culture, we joke about that a lot. We say, "Oh, I'm going to grape you," as if it's a fun. No, it's not an okay thing. I always tell my partners, never say that again, because in my brain it doesn't register in that way because I've been a victim of it. So mind your words whenever you talk about these things.
Yeah.
And we have to re-educate people around us whenever we've been through those things, right? I made a comment earlier. For men, it's even more important, because I noticed that in our culture, in our society even, most men shut down because it's not really women actually shaming them from what they go through. It's usually their peers, it's their brothers.
Yeah.
It's the brothers making them feel small for experiencing something that they shouldn't have experienced. And also that's because they themselves come from trauma. They themselves come from trauma. A teacher can only teach what he has learned. So if you get to be taught by someone who never learned anything, trust me, you're going to learn the wrong thing. And that's why I really honor you, Uncle Benno, for having these conversations. These are tough conversations to have, but those are conversations we should be having, especially in our culture, when we tend to sweep everything under the rug and we wonder why we have our society is going a certain way, and then kids are just, emulating things that they shouldn't. It's because they don't have parents at home telling them the right things. And sometimes they're just sons and daughters of traumatized people themselves who do not want to normalize or take into consideration that they should go get healed or get talk to someone or have therapy themselves. Therapy is important. It's not for crazy people. It's for people who have gone through things and do not know how to process it. So I'm going to echo what Dr. Ify said here. Please, let's just go when we're not feeling well. If we can afford it, there are plenty of videos on YouTube nowadays that teach you how to process certain things, process emotions and things like that. Let's spend time doing those things. I mean, that healed me. Doing that, not being able to afford therapy, but doing that at least helped bring some solution about what I was going through as my issue. And ever since I was able to open up about it, yes, my parents didn't take it well. My mom started playing the whole, what didn't you tell me, blah, 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 blah. I was like, listen, I saw how you reacted for other circumstances. I didn't feel like I could trust you with the information, right? Because the culprit was her nephew. It was my father's younger. I mean, this is also thing that we do in our culture where we host people that we don't know. Please, if you don't know the background or how a child was raised, just don't, and you have little kids in the house, just don't take cousins and things like that for the sake of looking good in the family. No, you have to test and check out how they've been raised. What are they being taught? What do they watch at home in their house? You need to be able to have seen that for yourself before you agree to take them in. Or if you don't do that, the minute you take them in, teach them how it works in your house, so they don't try it. Because oftentimes, we the victims of grapes, we are grapes by family members. We are grapes by those cousins and aunties and uncles that you guys host because you want to play the big man, the big uncle who can take care of the rest of the family. These are some of the reasons why in the Western world, a lot of people don't host people. That's why they don't host people. Because when you can't control those things, you just stay away from it. But we come from a culture where in our African culture, we have to live in solidarity. That's how we thrive, right? But we also have to do our due diligence. We cannot omit to do our due diligence. Because that nephew, that cousin, that uncle that you host for a couple of days that is looking at his niece like a piece of meat at 5 years old is not normal. And when your kids come to tell you things, believe your children. Believe your children. It's not always that they're lying. Believe your children and investigate. I remember when I was a child, my father had friends, and men, I need to tell you this. Sometimes your friends are not who you think they are. When you guys are together, they're one way, but when you turn your back, they're another. My father had friends that he respected and considered, but whenever he wasn't home, sometimes they would come around and start hitting on my sister who was 15, 16 years old.
I'm sorry, my sister.
Mind your friendships as men, because that's how you protect your family as well. So anyway, that was my 2 cents. I know you were ready to close and I don't want to get everybody emotional here, but like there's so much to learn about this. There's so many series. I mean, even relationships not working nowadays is because we're like two traumatic people trying to get together. If we don't work on our traumas each individually, we cannot have successful relationships. We really can't. We really can't. So we really have to work on that. So I just really wanted to come in as a person who's been a victim of rape, and also who has tried to do the work the best I can to be as normal in a society where everything seems to be where we want to normalize what's not normal, right? And then it's important that you started with children because it starts then. I was only 5. I was only 5, and I could still remember it, and I could still vividly describe to you how and when and what time of the day it was and how I was stressed. That's how bad that started. So kids don't forget those things. They push it in the back of their heads, but they don't forget it. So don't let your kids those kind of memories in the box of memory.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you.
Oh, my sister, those happy. You got to come back, my sister. You got to come back. I like people who are honest and who are willing to help. Thank you for sharing with us. Thank you for being vulnerable. In fact, I think you and Sister Ify, you already made today's show what I want it to be. I just want it to be an educative show. I just want people to know that people are dealing with so much out there. Just as much as we hear about women, a lot of men are going through hell. A lot of men are destroying their homes, they are destroying their marriages, they are destroying everything they've ever put their hands on. Even when they are adult, they are rich, you thought life should be better for them, they are destroying everything because of past trauma. So thank you, my sister Deuce, for sharing with us. Thank you, Dr. Ify, for sharing with us. I'm going to close this show and we will have a part 2 of this show because I still have list of men that when I look at what happened in their lives, some people can't see that is trauma in action. They just see them as a human who is moving mad. So we're gonna have a part 2 of this show, possibly tomorrow. Hopefully, Dr. Uncle Patrick offered to be my co-host tomorrow. I pray Uncle Patrick is free. We're gonna make it a very robust show. We will address many of the trendy topics that has to do with men and what they are doing. I actually got my team to start working on a series. The series is called Killer Husband and Killer Wives. So we are digging into some stories, and yes, we got to talk about this thing, y'all. So thank you everybody for being with me. Let me give Uncle Dayo and Dr. Ify their last take because I got to go. Uncle Dayo, we are coming back tomorrow, but what will be your final take for today's episode?
Actually, I want to thank Dr. Ify and Sister Josephine for their contribution. It was really mind-blowing and very, very touchy. And I want to also appreciate the fact that we are bringing out the lessons in this traumatic situation. And then again, also, to us that are yet to have children, this is a good chance for us to know what to expect and to know how to handle it ahead. Of my generation, it was a taboo for you to come out and tell anybody that this was happening to you. Your parents will not even want to hear it. In fact, you cannot even say it out. But now that things are changing, education is now all over the place. I want to tell parents that are yet to become, or parents that are still parenting, your boy child, I mean your girl child, from the age of 3, so far they can understand, so far they can comprehend, begin to talk to them about that sexuality. Begin to talk to them.
Mhm.
This is where nobody should touch. This is where nobody should touch. Because and then have a relationship with them that whatever happens to them, they come back home and tell you. Some child
Exactly.
have told their parents that they would rather go and talk to an outsider or to their siblings than for them to talk to their father or to their mother. Number one thing you can do for your child is to be their best friend. If you are your child's best friend, you can be rest assured that whatever happened to him out there, he will run back home to come and daddy, see. Ignorantly, he may even tell you something that he may not see it to be wrong, but by the time he tells you as a father or as a mother, you know, this is an abuse, and you can take it up from there. But if you don't have that relationship with your children, they'll be suffering in silence. And that is not how to handle this matter. Be free. See, in the okay, now Comrade Luke shared it on the platform that he was teaching some children according to the curriculum about sex and everything, and the parent came to be like accusing him, why are you teaching them this at this age? That is in the curriculum. Some people still
Well,
have that mentality of these olden days that no,
welcome to Nigeria.
because me, but no, I must say this makes me to feel very, very vulnerable. My parents never taught me anything about XEX, not even my
Mhm.
siblings. Everything that I know about XEX was taught to me by an outsider or by me reading books or by me learning it somewhere else. No, they have never had that conversation with me, not even by mistake. So, and I know many of my type that grew up in my age or that grew up in my generation that never had that talk. But nowadays, people are having that talk. People are talking with their children, but most of the time they wait till a particular age before they start talking about it. But even before that age, things were already happening. What you're about to tell the child at the age of 12, she has already known it maybe at the age of 5. So what are we
Mhm.
talking about? So the earlier you
Mhm.
start, the better for us as parents. God will help us all. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Uncle Dio. God bless you. Thank you, my sister Deuce. Thank you once again. Please, everybody in the chat, let's give Sister Deuce her flowers. I value everything she shared. In fact, I will cut her segment separately. I will cut Dr. Effie's segment separately and post it so that it won't be long. People can share it with other parents to hear. It's not my voice that is important. It is the voice of people who have gone through this craziness and they overcome it and now they are willing to help. Those are the voices that matter. Men are dealing with so much. I've said it here on one of our show that right now men are raised to become successful boys. Ashley, my sister, welcome. How are you doing? I said it that men are raised to be successful men. They are not raised to be responsible husband, high valued married men. They were not raised to be that. Girls are raised to be successful women, but many girls are not raised to be a successful wife. We have a lot of issues that is going on. So please, if you are just coming, go back and watch this video. It's just about 2 hours. I'm still gonna break it down, and I think on this particular video, I will add timestamps so that people will know each topic where they want to watch or something. These are very important issues. Men are dealing with so much. Myself, I dealt with so many things myself. I always give God the glory. I don't have so much horrible stories to tell or experiences, but the way I grew up as a boy who was fending for himself from age 12, I was floating. Imagine being a boy, you were floating, no father figure. You were just trying to survive. Imagine being a young boy that you have to see yourself through secondary school. Then you have to see yourself through university. I'm saying it. Anybody will saying pay my school fees or him buy me book, may him come out and say, I give God the glory for everything. But I saw Oba and all these things, even though as I'm telling you now, one of my terrible experiences is being introduced to this madness at age 14. But it doesn't break me, but it would have altered my trajectory. And I also share with you guys how the moment I have my first son, how I have to reset my entire life. In fact, to reset my life, I have to move uproot myself from Ondo State and go and reestablish myself in Lagos State, because that too would have changed the trajectory of my life. Things happen to men in this world. But before I round up, Dr. Ife, please, if you are still here, do you have any final say, ma, before I leave the studio?
No, I think the last speaker, our sister said everything. I don't have any more thing to say, but parents, please be close to your children. Don't let anybody teach them, because if they learn first, they're gonna run away with that. They learn bad stuff before they can even learn good stuff. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Ife. God bless you, ma, for sharing your wealth of experience with us today. We don't take this for granted. We know we don't get money to pay you. And I just don't understand why God works this way. I have seen so many platforms, I think, except for anti-B platform, that is where I've seen a lot of professionals spoke on issues. So in many, many platforms that I've seen, African platforms, either all these podcasts, maybe they pay the expert to come and speak. Most platform experts won't show up to speak. So please, for those experts that maybe they see any show on YouTube is affecting lives and they decide to call in to share with people, please let us appreciate them. It's not easy. This is area where we both make a lot of money. All this advice they drop here and there, you pay heavily for them here in the Western world. So I'm so happy and I give glory to God that on this our small channel, people do come here and share with us, even when we don't have the money to pay them. So Dr. Ife, Dr. Adama, our Misty, Marriott, many of the sisters and brothers you see here that share with us most time, they are all expert and professionals at their job. Like I told you guys, even Sisi na top HR madam na im be o. Yet na the Sisi will come here, begin drag my butt, I'll begin throw jab at her, we go, appreciate it. Honey Babe is a big lady too in the UK, running her own businesses with all this education. Even plenty self for Honey Babe self. So, but I'm just telling you guys that please don't take this, my sisters and brothers, for granted. Thank you very much, Dr. If God bless you. All right, we're gonna be back tomorrow and we will talk about the part two of this ongoing episode. I'm still gonna have Uncle Dayo with me tomorrow. I will still reach out to the Uncle Patrick to see if Uncle Patrick will be less busy to join us tomorrow. We will cover a lot of issue, and I'm calling this my uncles and sisters because of the sensitive nature of the conversation. I've told you, my people, many times, this Uncle Beno channel was not created that I'm gonna make money from it. This is the channel that stressed me the most of all my YouTube channels. And at the channel I know to get money. But guess you what? This is the channel that give me most happiness. Anytime I come live here and we were chatting, we are going back and forth, we are having all this conversation, I feel fulfilled because I know deep down people are learning, people are getting values. So please help me appreciate everybody that has ever been part of the Real Fam. All right, I will draw the curtain here, but tomorrow we're going to continue the part two of this trauma series, as well as how to become high valued married man. So, and as we continue this conversation tomorrow, I'm gonna bring Two Face back into the conversation. It's not just Two Face. I have list of many Nigerian men, even many African men that are moving mad, that we can't explain what is happening to them. Maybe if I bring them back, we can kind of try to understand them from another perspective. Yesterday, Two Face younger brother came online and he wrote an open letter to his brother where he said a lot of things. We don't know Two Face. Many of us that we talk about Two Face, we give our opinions. We don't live in his life. We are not him. We are just judging from afar. I don't like what he did. ever since I learned that he was divorcing Annie, or that they've divorced, I was pissed at him. Remember that time when sisters, they were mad at Annie? Why did Annie stay? Why did he stay? Two-Face is a red flag. Two-Face is da, 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 da. And I came here and I started blaming Two-Face. I don't know if you guys remember that. Simbi, you remember we have that episode, right?
Yes, sir.
Eh.
I remember.
And I came here and I was blaming Two-Face. Even my sisters were like, no, 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 no. You can't blame Two-Face. Blame Annie. Why did she say? But I was like, Two-Face is wrong. Two-Face is wrong. But now, with the latest development in his life, and having come across this trauma story that we are sharing now, I'm beginning to look at Two-Face situation differently. A lot of people that are dealing with trauma, people don't see them. That is why in Western world, people where they on life themselves, them plenty. They can't cope. They can't cope. They will, some of them go just go climb high-rise building, they go jump. Some of them go carry pew. They will blast themselves. They can't cope. You know why? Trauma is deep. Trauma is like you staying in a dark room, very, very dark. You don't see nothing. And you feel this emptiness around you. That is how some of the people who experience trauma, that is how they feel. Yes, thank you, Ashley. Some of them jump in the river because they are in a dark place. I saw Two-Face, the apology video Two-Face did for his wife. I've watched that apology video over and over and over again. And I'm like, Nigerians are catching cruise, dragging Two-Face right now. He make apology. Why? What is wrong with it? Natasha go show am pepper. Natasha go show am shaggy. But after considering this trauma topic, I'm beginning to see Two-Face differently. And when his brother released this letter, my brain go down, down, down. I really don't know Two-Face. That's what my brain tells me. I'm not speaking for everyone else, but I'm just saying, as a man who went through the street of Nigeria growing up, and Two-Face has similar story too. Two-Face was not Two-Face. Dude was struggling in the street of Festac. He's from Benue. Is it Benue or Kogi? Uncle Dayo and Simbi. Is Two-Face from Benue or Kogi? I know he's from one of these. That state that Dino Minaye came from. Is that not where Two-Face
He's
is
from
from?
Benue. No, he's from Benue.
He's from
He's a
Benue,
Benue
right?
guy. Yes, sir. He's a Benue guy.
Yeah, thank you. So, Two-Face has rough beginning too. He went through a whole lot of shit himself. And there are some of these trauma that if you don't treat it on time, it doesn't matter how rich you are, it's still going to mess you up. It will spoil everything you've ever worked for. I am speaking on behalf of brothers, please. Sisters, if you see this video, if you feel, oh, hey, what about women? Women are going through this. Yes, women are going through this, but please, this video is about men. And if you have a son, even if you don't have a son, if you have a brother, and you look at your brother's life, and you see that something is missing, talk to your brother. So tomorrow we're going to talk about Two-Face and how what he's dealing with can be as a result of trauma. I know people see this video, even I haven't seen what Two-Face sister has written, Two-Face brother has written. When I said that, if you look at this Two-Face video, it be like saying Natasha carry phone, they record why Two-Face is talking. And when I now read Two-Face brother message, he gave us an insight into the person Two-Face is. And I'll say this again. Anybody who is trying to describe Two-Face out there, you don't know him. I don't care if people get angry with this. You don't know Two-Face. The Two-Face you know is the Two-Face musician. The Two-Face we call legend. The Two-Face that sing African Queen. That's the Two-Face you know. The Two-Face that has 7 children. That's the Two-Face you know. You don't know the real Two-Face that is dealing with his shit behind closed doors. This guy needs help. You remember Majek Fashek? This is how Majek Fashek went from grace to grass. You remember Hank Anuku? Simbi, you know Hank Anuku? That Nigerian actor,
Yes, sir. The
right?
Nollywood actor,
The
yes, with
Nollywood
the
actor.
American accent back in the day, yeah.
People are dealing with shit. You remember Jim Ike? As handsome as he is, a superstar. Many, many men are dealing with a lot. And it's coming from a place of past trauma. So when I read what Two-Face brother said, he started by saying, this is part 2, self. A girlfriend who makes you eat your words from a podcast just because you didn't mention her name, she would have liked. Is not a girlfriend, but a psychotic fan. A cancerous boss leash who has come to slowly but steadily destroy you and your legacy, all in the name of love. You are in one of the episodes of those crime and investigation or love passion and murder you love to watch, and the victim at the end of the story is going to be you. How haven't you realized this? You are currently living in bondage. That's coming from Two-Face brother. Again, Two-Face brother knows Two-Face better than all of us. So tomorrow we will come back here. We will dissect this issue and how it's affecting men. And then we will also look at some of the things you can watch out for in your children. I shared something at the backstage where I said, like in my home right now, me and my wife, we have this arrangement whereby if my boy have any issue at school, my madam nine they go handle am. Because me, anytime I go handle am, it dey go south. There is a reason for all those. But if I have not led my madam into my background and everything, she would have known where I'm coming from. I will tell you those stories tomorrow. So same time, let's meet here and we can talk about it. All right. We should say Blue Street. Now to collect Blue Street is rough. Thank you, everybody. All right, Simbi, my baby girl. Simbi, what do you think about our new
Yeah.
graphics? Make it make sense. How you be? How you see it?
No, it's actually cool, but I don't know if the guy has 6 packs. You know, that broad
Simbi,
chest.
so if you see a guy face, you can't tell if the guy gets 6 pack or not. Can't you tell that this man go get six
I'm just
pack?
skeptical. He doesn't look well built. The way I'm
Really?
seeing him,
Okay, Simbi, look
yeah,
at me. Do I have 6 pack or I don't have 6 pack?
boss.
You know, see
I
me well. Make I
told
show
you,
you me.
you're the chairman of 6 packs. Oh, Shaggy.
Yeah, that's my girl. Simbi, baby. Come to daddy. Come to daddy. Yo, Simbi. Simbi, you know, say you know if it change. For those who don't know, this is how me and Simbi take meet for Facebook. Oh.
um,
Now, like this,
see,
Simbi. I think Simbi, they call me sugar daddy or something
I
that time or something, right?
yes, I as in I trolled Uncle Ben so much that Uncle Ben had to notice me. Uncle Ben was like, "Who bring this wahala here upon this group?"
I go, go Facebook, I go post, see me go come under my comment, come begin the throw jab. After a while, now so we take connect to. I tell you, my wife will go every time you say, babe, I see post where you post yesterday. Your side chick never comment to. I'll say which of my side chick because I get them plenty.
Baby, see.
You'll say, I check your post, babe. Your side chick never. Which of my side chick? Them plenty. Oh. That is how me and Simbi take connect to. Yeah, yeah, girl. All right, Simbi, thank you very much. Uncle Dio, thank you very much, sir. God bless you for always having time for us.
Uncle
Okay.
Ben, can I say something?
Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
There's something African parents do. Your child will come to you the ones that are bold enough to actually open up, they say, "Mommy, oh, this person did this thing to me," and because of who the person is to you in the family, maybe an extended family member, or maybe someone you respect so much, and then you shut them up and silence them. People should stop doing that. As a parent, you're
Yeah.
supposed to protect your child and always listen to them. Don't say because person is your cousin or your friend or even a pastor or imam and then you silence them off.
Exactly.
That's where the problem begins. Yes, I just wanted to quickly say that because it happened in my area here. And that woman, I feel like beating the hell out of her.
Ah, Simbi, Mashe, yeah. No wahala. You will tell us more about it tomorrow, Simbi. All right. I got to go now. Thank you, everybody, for being part of today's show. We love you. My sister, oh, shit. Thank you, Mama. You're welcome. Auntie Grace, thank you for today's participation. Thank you for all the advice. Uncle Dio, we thank you. All the real fam, thank you very, very much. Again, let's do it tomorrow. We're going to continue this conversation and we will look at how trauma is affecting our men. Thank you, everybody. Bye.